Assalamu alaikum. So you got a business, it's going all right, but you need to grow it. Like you've got over that hump of going full time on the business. You've got over that hump of actually finding that diamond in the rough of a business that actually makes you money. Like it's when I think about, like I've been doing business full time for like 7-8 years. I've made millions of dollars, alhamdulillah, online. The most I made in a year was like 1.2, I think, million dollars. And it's actually like a miracle, like a blessing to do this stuff, no matter how hard it is sometimes, right? But what I would break it down to, if you want to grow, it's always better to just have simple frameworks. For you to grow your business, bro, you need just two things, okay? You need the strategies, like the how to, like, what am I going to do to grow my leads? I'm going to do ads. How am I going to do ads? I'm going to test this many creatives over this many times. I'm going to use this many budget. There's what to do, like how to do, yeah? And that's what everyone focuses on. That's what every course will teach you. That's what every book will teach you. That's what every YouTube video will teach you. And there are so many high quality of these out there, right? That's why I don't focus on that so much. Like I can help people, I know, alhamdulillah, in terms of how they should do their marketing or their hiring or their operations or their implement systems in their business. Alhamdulillah, I know that stuff. I can help people with that. There are people who obviously have done tens of millions of dollars who can also help probably better than me. That's why I don't focus on that so much. I focus on the other half, the neglected other half. It's so neglected, it's like it doesn't even exist, but it's the thing that's secretly fueling the engine behind all the big businesses out there. And it's like that half that everyone focuses on, the idea, the strategy, it's kind of worthless if you think about it. Like in Silicon Valley, they say that ideas are worth nothing, right? They say that. In fact, like when I coach beginners on starting businesses, I tell them, if you've not seen a business that is selling that thing successfully, that's a red flag. Like, yes, you could come along and be the innovator, be the next Uber or Airbnb, but most likely it's a bad sign, especially if you just want a lifestyle business. You're not looking to get investors and do the whole Silicon Valley thing, go public, sell your business for $20 million, whatever. If you're looking for, it's your first business, you're looking to turn it into a lifestyle business, then having a unique idea, or in this case, a unique strategy, it doesn't help you. Everyone has access to the same marketing strategies out there. Like when I was starting out, there were plenty, like 2017, whatever, there were plenty already. And now there's just tons. Like honestly, business education is just free and out there, man. So what is the other half that people are not focusing on and is actually the thing that's gonna bring them growth in 2026? It's gonna double, triple, 10x your business. Well, it's actually the execution of the strategy, right? So the strategy, like how exactly to do your meta ads or whatever, that's the strategy. The thing that actually is gonna grow your business is how you execute that. And there's kind of 3 layers to it. Do you get it done? Like, do you actually implement it? Or do you get distracted by another secret tactic and you just stop, right? So do you do it? Second, do you do it fast enough? Because money loves speed, so speed, right? To get ahead of your competitors, to feel momentum, for your team to feel momentum, you need it, right? And the third thing is like the quality of the execution, of the implementation. Like you've got that strategy spelled out for you, but did you take the time to implement it in the exact way that they said, right? And I've got a joke with like my business partner where we come from the school of Sam Ovens, okay? If you've probably heard of Sam Ovens. We learned so much from him like back in the day. This was like 2017, 18, whatever. This is where we got some of our first like big success from, is from following some of his things. So I always laugh with my business partner because he said, when I copy properly. I copy to the level where, you know, Sam Ovens, his course modules, at the beginning of every course module, there used to be a little logo for consulting.com. My partner did that exact thing because his thing was called Confidence Accelerator. So it just happened to be C and C. And so he used the exact same black, the exact same white, and the exact same C. He's like, look, I'm just being done with this. And definitely at the beginning, to get your first initial success, you need to be that dumb sometimes, right? But the point is, are you implementing the system? Whoever you're learning from, there's so much quality advice out there, but are you actually implementing it to a T, right? I go back to the other example of Russell Brunson's webinar framework. I think it's called the perfect webinar or whatever. You can find this easily. Like everyone has access to how to do a sick webinar. It's in his Expert Secrets book. There are probably tons of YouTube videos about this methodology. We did it and we got some success. Like we did webinars that made like 10K, but we took the disciplined and difficult decision one day to scrap that webinar and implement it actually properly, right? This is what I'm talking about, the quality of implementation. So when he says, then you do this, we did that. When he says, like for example, he says, you need 3 secrets in your webinar. And he says, the best thing I found is when you call them secrets. So what did we do? We called them secrets. Then he says, each 3 secrets needs to deal with an objection, right? I think we weren't doing that in our webinar. We were giving 3 points of advice, right? 3 tips that were valuable. He said, no, you don't do that. You deal with 3 objections. What are the 3 objections? The objection of me, I can't do it. The objection of you, like the person selling, are they credible? And the objection of the vehicle, like is the way of doing it like gonna work? So we did that. We scrapped our tips and helping people, and we just dealt with the objections. I'm giving you a real life detailed example of what it means to execute with quality. So we followed his method to a T, and what happened? We started doing 20K webinars, then 30K webinars, then eventually 100K webinars. And it was all based on his method. Over time, we would tweak things, like one webinar we would do X, and then the next webinar we do X, but we changed the headline, we changed the guarantee, we changed the price, we changed the installment plans. Every webinar we would usually change something slightly, and we tested our way eventually to 100K webinar and stuff. The point is, the execution is everything. Let's take a real example. Alex Hormozi's books. He's got offers, leads, money models, right? You might have read one of those books, you might be a fan, you might have just watched some of his videos. Either way, the guy knows what he's talking about. He gives you detailed methods of how to do everything. How much have you implemented though of that? Or whoever you really look up to and you've learned a lot from, how much have you taken 3 months out to focus on implementing so-and-so's exact methodology for ads or for content or for webinar or for email follow-up, whatever? Have you done that? This is where the magic is. This is where you're going to double, you're going to 5x, 10x your business in 2026, inshallah, by doing this. I promise you. So in 2026, to grow your business, I don't want you to focus on what exactly you're doing. I want you to pick one like strategy you're going to implement in the next 12 weeks or whatever. I want you to create like a roadmap of, from this strategy, it requires you to implement these 15 things. And I'm going to implement 1 or 2 of them every week. And I'm going to decide ahead of time which week I'm going to implement which thing. I'm going to decide what KPIs, like what numbers I'm tracking to know if I'm on track or not with it. And I want you to lock in. I want you to get like accountability. I want you to get somebody who's going to ask you about, did you do the task, right? And that creates real pressure within yourself, right? Did you do the task? And I want you to also get somebody, ideally, yeah, you can bounce ideas off, you can just get reassurance and confidence from, you can make decisions with. And I want you to lock in and just do it, bro, right? And some of these things I'm mentioning because I really know they work. And that's why I offer this as a solution, as a service, which is I help you to implement, to take action, right? I can guide you on this lead thing, this funnel thing, copywriting. I can guide you on that. We can bounce ideas on that. But the main thing I'm going to help you with is execute to a top quality level and with speed as well. So if you're interested in that, check the link below. Otherwise, I hope this benefited you. See you in the next one.